We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. If so few female geniuses are found in history, it is because society denies them any means of expression. To me, there is nothing complicated about ordinary equality. Even when muddy your wings sparkle bright wonders that heal broken worlds. What you don't know won't hurt you. A dubious maxim. Sometimes what you don't know can hurt you very much. When you go down in flames, let it be a blaze that illuminates your path forward, guiding you towards a new beginning. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you know who you are. Storms hit your weakness, but unlock your true strength. Feeling lost, crazy, and desperate belongs to a good life as much as optimism, certainty, and reason. Man in general, if reduced to himself, is too wicked to be free. Try not to become a man of success. Rather, become a man of value. Everything and everyone, including you and I, are made up of the magic from the stars in the sky. You know, I think that only if one feels immensely important can one feel truly light. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Prioritize today accordingly. One morning you wake up with more life behind you than in front of you, not being able to understand how it's happened. Life's greatest gift is the freedom it leaves you to step out of it whenever you choose. Be compassionate and take responsibility for each other. If we only learned those lessons, this world would be a better place. Leaders are limited by their vision rather than by their abilities. Properly practiced, knitting soothes the troubled spirit, and it doesn't hurt the untroubled spirit either. Appreciate every little beautiful moment in every day of your life. Give it a try, and you'll see the world from another perspective. One does no question miracles, or complain that they are no constructed perfectly to one's liking. In my heart's most secret place, I pity them as angels do. Home is where somebody notices when you are no longer there. The goal is to reduce the time of suffering, not eliminate it. With faith, discipline, and selfless devotion to the duty, there is nothing worthwhile that you cannot achieve. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true. The point of modernity is to live a life without illusions while not becoming disillusioned. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. Never confuse a single defeat with a final defeat. There is something beautiful about all scars of whatever nature. A scar means the hurt is over, the wound is closed and healed, done with. But even if we don't have the power to choose where we come from, we can still choose where we go from there. We can still do things. One word of encouragement can be enough to spark someone's motivation to continue with a difficult challenge. It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. If you do the same as me or my generation, you will get the same results. Bebold. Go against the grain. The moment we cry in a film is not when things are sad, but when they turn out to be more beautiful than we expected them to be. People do not meet by chance. They navigate their lives to certain people for certain reasons. It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. Most often you don't own your own mind. You borrow it from society. It matters not how fast light may travel. Darkness shall always be there awaiting its arrival. Be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. A bridge of silver wings stretches from the dead ashes of an unforgiving night. Marito, the jeweled vision of a life started anew. The terrible thing about the quest for truth is that you find it. From a certain point onward, there is no longer any turning back. Deeply respecting yourself is the first step toward having a deep respect for others. Every ounce of my cynicism is supported by historical precedent. True siblings are bound together by far more essential things than blood, while more times than many blood isn't thicker than water. It's not about whether or not someone is a bigot, but whether or not the argument which that someone is arguing is worth being a bigot about. Each time we don't say what we want to say, we're dying. Trees that are slow to grow bear the best fruit. Take each day in your open palms and close your fists around it. This life is not done with you yet. The only thing that can make you feel unexplainable feelings is by loving unconditionally. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Those who are without compassion cannot see what is seen with the eyes of compassion. I would rather die of passion than of boredom. Even in the loneliest moments, I have been there for myself. Oh, for the years I have not lived, but only dreamed of living. Every problem is an opportunity for a solution. More at qpe.co.in. Patience and improvement is the key to opening the door to progress. There must be those among whom we can sit down and weep and still be counted as warriors. There is no respectful way to deliver a truth, Peter Ocho. It should not matter, of course, that I could be crazy because as luck would have it, fortune favors me. If you're gonna burn a bridge behind you, make sure you've crossed it first. For my part, one know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me want to dream. You have to be transparent so you no longer cast a shadow, but instead let the light pass through you. You don't have the right to complain about your life if you're not willing to change it. It was the truth, and like any truth, it was powerful. Challenges are gifts that force us to search for a new center of gravity. Don't fight them. Just find a new way to stand. Being grateful does not mean that everything is necessarily good. It just means that you can accept it as a gift. That which we persist in doing becomes easier to do. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our power to do has increased. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Good things happen in your life when you surround yourself with positive people. Anyone who is capable of getting themselves made president should on no account be allowed to do the job. Don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Truth would quickly cease to be stranger than fiction once we got as used to it. To live without philosophizing is in truth the same as keeping the eyes closed without attempting to open them. Our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things in life that don't really matter. Men do less than they ought unless they do all they can. Root for others to win, and you will remain blessed. There is always room for more people to elevate. To be successful, you need friends, and to be very successful, you need enemies. No one else has ever opened doors for me. I opened them myself. When there's an opportunity in your life where you are able to stop and be present in the moment, smile, and be the moment. We cannot be sure of having something to live for unless we are willing to die for it. We need to walk to know sacred places, those around us and those within. We need to walk to remember the songs. Occasionally he stumbled over the truth, but hastily picked himself up and hurried on as if nothing had happened. Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. We all take a different path to the same place. Why we took the path we did will always be a mystery. And just when I thought things were starting to get better, everything had gone wrong again. The Buddha taught complete honesty, with the extra instruction that everything a person says should be truthful and helpful. A smart person knows how to talk. A wise person knows when to be silent. You might have had to deal with many disappointments in life, but don't doubt the possibility of success. The trick is to enjoy life. Don't wish away your days, waiting for better ones ahead. The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. I don't know how I look, but I know how I feel. Young, goofy, infinite. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. I'm telling you a lie in a vicious effort that you will repeat my lie over and over until it becomes true. Sometimes it takes years for a person to become an overnight success. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. I can't go into detail, but it's why I went to the special meeting at the Pentagon. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. What others think about you is none of your business. Nevertheless, life and death are mysterious states, and we know little of the resources of either.